Hey guys, what's up? How y'all doing? I'm here to talk to you guys about Jujutsu Kaisen's new episode of Season 2 on episode 22 or episode 46 of the total number of episodes. This episode right here had a lot going on and it was pretty shocking in a certain way depending how you look at it, so if anything else, let's just get this started. Let's start with this first part where Panda is looking for Kusakabe, Kusakabe talks to Panda about the situation with Yuji Itadori, and knowing that Gojo is gone, I'm pretty sure Yuji is about to be executed, and Kusakabe actually favors it because knowing that what Sukuna can do, etc., actually, who is in Yuji's body, is actually very dangerous, and he wants him dead, knowing that what he can do. We go to a scene with Mei Mei talking to her little subordinate or assistant, and ends up being at a certain location somewhere else, which is really crazy and insane. She ends up talking about the situation where she's somewhere else, which is really shocking and kind of sad, but it looks like to me she never really stood a chance against Geto to begin with, or should I say someone else entirely. I've been hearing names here and there, but there's actually another name that goes by with another person, which I will get to just a moment. We'll get to that just a second, but we'll talk about that later. We see to it Geto. We get to see a scene with Choso thinking about his memories, and how it involves Yuji Itadori, and we get to know more why this really happens, and we'll get why this really happens. And we see to it that Geto talks to Mahito for a bit, and ends up stalling Yuji and messing with him, the way, because in Geto's body, curse manipulation, how strong or deadly that technique is, all things considered. And later on, when Mahito tries to do something to this Geto guy, sadly that didn't work out for Mahito, and he ends up being absorbed by Geto himself, and he ends up talking about Uzumaki after the opening here and there, you get the idea, and some whatever. We had to it that Geto was rambling on about a technique about Uzumaki whatsoever, and we get to see to it that this Geto guy gets targeted by the students of Jujutsu High, which we all know who those people are. And we get to see that they stood no chance to begin with. The guy was already too strong, way too strong, obviously from the get-go. They all tried to make the attack on him, but it was pretty much pointless, pure uselessness. But we see that reinforcements arrived on time to maybe help him out here and there, but even Kusakabe is actually fighting, We get to see Panda talking to Yuji for a bit, etc., and Kamo. But sadly, though, there's something else going on where Choso shows up and talks to Geto, but reveals his true name, and that Choso talks about thinks in his mind that he has three parents, he had a mother, and then there was a cursed spirit that freaking made his mother pregnant whatsoever, and the man who mixed his blood into the affair was actually someone else who toyed with my mother, which apparently that Choso reveals that what that person controlling Geto is freaking Kamo Noritoshi, which apparently everyone's shocked about this, and they know the Kamo clan, even the Kamo guy, Kamo Noritoshi, who is right behind Yuji and Panda, says, "What are you talking about? Me? What are you talking about?" Even right now, some people are trying to wonder what's going on, but Utahime or something says, "I know about that person. He is known to be the worst sorcerer in all history, that's for sure." And if he's right, then whoever's inside Geto will be over 150 years old. So this Kamo Narutoshi, I guess he's one of the evilest, ugliest sorcerers, I guess, or something like that. I don't know. But one thing's for certain is that Choso was about to clash against him, but we have to it that Uraume shows up and says, "You're not going to do anything," etc. We get to know after the halfway point that Choso actually has the side effect of his technique to know if one of his siblings or relatives is dead, like his little brothers whatsoever, etc. I don't know. One thing's for certain, all I know is Choso's technique, is that he could sense or feel or what's happening to anyone who's blood related to him, such as his brothers. And when he was about to kill Yuji Itadori, he sensed he sent some kind of blood relation to him and realizes that Yuji Itadori is his brother, which apparently is very confusing and must be like complicated. I don't know. One thing's for certain is that like Kamo Noritoshi or something like that, I think that's his name, Noritoshi, he is pretty much controlling Geto's body, and Choso tries to fight against him, but pretty much almost stood no chance against him. Like, the way how this Geto or Kamo Noritoshi was handling Choso was no problem. We also get to see that all these guys was trying to focus on Geto because take advantage of this, get the prison realm from like, from Geto, because their goal is to save Gojo Sensei, obviously from the get-go, etc. You know, whatever. But one thing's for certain is that it's not working so well because when they were all focused on Geto, they end up getting frozen by Uraume, which apparently he or she, I don't know what gender it is, showcases some kind of ice technique, you know, which apparently is very dangerous and so forth. I don't know. One thing's for certain is that like when Uraume had his or her hand pierced by Choso's blood manipulation technique, she regenerated the hole in her hand like no tomorrow, like so easily, showcasing that showcasing his or her curse techniques is not something to mess with. We had to Yuji saves Choso from like being pierced whatsoever, and there's a funny moment with Choso and Yuji talking to each other, saying that like I'm your older brother whatsoever, etc. Whatever. But we had to Uraume ends up managing to like do another powerful ice technique, but she did not completely freeze Yuji Itadori because, you know, he's Sukuna's vessel for the time being. We don't know. But we get to see that someone else shows up and asks Geto, hey, what kind of woman is your type? You know, that kind of thing. And this is where this Geto says Yuki Tsukumo. You know, calling her that because, you know, I guess that's her name. One thing's for certain is that this is not going to be ending well. I mean, like, depending on the situation, because I'm pretty sure both sides suffered major casualties. Think about it. The cursed spirits and so forth. They lost Jogo. They lost Hanami. Guess what? Mahito is absorbed. Geto, which is like Kamo Noritoshi whatsoever, that guy is And then Uraume, that person is strong. I was like really shocked, showcasing and knowing that, like, I guess, like, if someone is working under Sukuna or is a servant to Sukuna, they're not weak. So, especially when he or she uses those ice techniques or something, was also very dangerous. So, I don't know how this is going to end, because next episode is the final one, and this can either end well or I'm pretty sure it's going to end badly. That's for sure. I mean, like I said, both sides suffered nasty casualties and lost a lot. Jogo and Hanami is gone. Mahito is absorbed. And whoever this Geto guy is, or Kamo Noritoshi, that took over Geto's body whatsoever, you know, guess that guy is a real villain antagonist. But yeah, anyways, looking forward to like the next and final episode. It's been a fun ride, you know. So until then, people, I'll see you guys next video. So I'm off Zero. Have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. All right, peace out. Bye bye. Toot toot.